Let's say based in Paskins, that you chayiv shvur.
Shvur.
Chayiv shvur. Chayiv bom and chayiv shvur, but Shulchan Aruch talks about chayiv shvur. Based in Paskins chayiv shvur, right? Now, we said the Shulchan Aruch says you can ask based in to write down their tinus.
Right. Okay.
Please write down your psak, give us, they call it in Hebrew, give us your nimukim. What are your nimukim? Nimukim. Nimuk. Nimuk is your, like, from Omek. What's your...
Depth?
Yeah. What are your nimukim? What are your reasons? Basically says he's chayav shvur. Does he have to take the shvur before they write down and give him the reasons in writing? Or he can get the reasons in writing and then take a shvur? Can you say, I'm not taking the shvur until you give me the reasons?
But what, he went to the Bezdin. You can't do it both ways. He went to the Bezdin.
Went to Bezdin.
He got sacked.
He can demand nimukim.
Can they do a Gilgal Shavua anyway?
The same question.
One of the Mukim is that he's did a chur.
They can't do Gilgal.
Isn't it the same question with payment?
Now the shul.
One of the Mukim is that he took a shvur.
One of the nimukim is no, he hasn't taken the shvur yet. They said you got to take a shvur.
No, but if he takes a shvur before they do the Mukim.
They paskin. This is what basically they paskin. Reuben's chayav shvur. That's the psak. If he doesn't take a shvur, he's chayav moment, right? But so he's saying once he takes shvur, the basin's done. They're done. Basin doesn't say, okay, you took a shvur. Now we're going to start judging based on your shvur what the din is.
No.
That's like the final psak. You chayav shvur.
When you write down, you have to say that Bedouin Martin would
Take a shvur.
When he took a shvur. That has to be documented.
No, they don't have to write down you took a shvur. That's already the Maisa. The psak is take a shvur. The psak is pay $100. That's the psak. Once he takes a shvur, once he
pay
pays.
$100 or take a shvur.
Yeah, either he pays or he takes a shvur.
You never said that.
Yeah,
You said either or.
that's understood.
Rav will take the shvur and have to pay.
No, you never have to take a shvur and pay. Why should I take a shvur and pay?
Who takes shvurs these days? Who takes shvurs?
Right, so nowadays you don't take shvurs. But Mikra then, can you say, I'm not taking a shvur until you write me down the... That's the first question. Second question is...
Does that a question apply equally just for payment? Forget about the shvur.
Yeah.
$800.
Can you say I'm not? Can you say I'm not paying? I'm going to. What about this? Why does he want his writing? Why does he want the psak in writing?
Do you know why?
He wants to be able to go to Beis Din HaGadol and say, look at what these people paskin against me. My local Orthodox rabbi goes to Beis Din HaGadol, goes to Rabbanut, and says, cancel the psak. I don't want to pay. Can he say I'm not paying? I'm going to Beis Din, or he's got to pay then go to Beis Din? How do you time it? What do you time
Got
it?
to pay. Got a sack.
And then go to the Beis Din HaGadol. He's going to Beis Din HaGadol.
It's too late already.
So you got to pay, then go and try and get it. Then try and get it overturned.
That's not going to work.
Then try and get your money out of this crook who just.
One second. What did it say in the agreement before they started?
There was no agreement.
Of course there was. We agreed to accept the pure of the Bezdin.
No, so you say there's enough commitment if he went to a Beis Din Baratzen or if he went to Beis Din against his will. Let's say there's only one Beis Din in town. So they forced him to come to this Beis Din in town. So he went to Beis Din against his will.
And he lost the
And
case.
now he lost the case. He says, I'm going to go to Beis Din HaGadol. I'm going to go to Rabbanut Yerushalayim, right? So does he have to pay before he goes? Or can he say, hold on, I'll go to Rabbanut, let's see what they say.
He's got to pay.
He loses. Basically says he's chayav to pay.
Got to pay for
You got to pay the guy that lent you money, you got to pay the guy you had in a crash with, whatever it is.
He's got to pay.
Right? The Beis Din force you to pay.
What's
If he's going to another Beis Din, then he's putting the first one on hold because they might
So
cancel.
they already paskin. The first person already
Right, so they
paskin.
pass him on
The
that.
person paskin you chayav.
So what's he going to the second
He
Beis
wants to
Din for?
overturn it. He says, now I've got your psak in writing. I'm going to go to a higher court to have it overturned.
In secular law, you would put the fine in
Escrow. So does he put the fine? Does he put the money in escrow, or does he have to pay up and then try and get the money back in Beis Din HaGadol
That would be a mistake.
to pay up?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what everyone would think. But let's see. You agree shouldn't pay up, or you should?
escrow concept in halacha?
We'll see. There's they can.
That's good.
Yeah, basically. There are similar.
What did the Bezdin achieve?
They gave it psak.
No. So why is he paying?
Oh, so you're saying he's got to pay?
Got to pay.
L'chaira.
As I said to you, the agreement was you accept the Bezdin.
Okay, next question. We'll get to it. Next question. We're running a bit late. Let's say based in, you have it entire with the local gvir, the local rav. You got it in. Who's the local rav? The local rav, local gvir, the Rosh Ha'ir. You got a tvia against one of the big boys in town, right? Can you say we're going to the local rabbi?
No.
Or can you force him to go to?
No, you can't go to the local rabbi. You're asking for trouble.
So anytime you go to a gvir, anytime you have a court case with a local rich guy,
Of course
the local rav is negeh b'davar.
Yeah.
Okay, you all agree with that? All right.
The Rav, willingly or not willingly, has connections to the Gvir. You know yourself. Anybody with money, the Rav knows.
Somehow.
Depending on how rich he is, it might be a real difficult problem finding a Bezdin.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's finish up over here. We're in your dot.
Only when I answer, comb it and put it away, you won't have this problem.
Thank you.
Right?
Take a look in Simon your Daled.
Being practical.
Simon your Daled. Simon your Daled. We're still in Seif.
Shulchan Aruch, right?
We're in Shulchan Aruch, yeah. Shulchan Aruch. We're up to the Ramah in Simon in Seif Aleph.
Dalet, Sif, Aleph.
Hagah.
Oh, it's pages. God,
No, you're in the Torah. In the Shulchan Aruch. Sorry.
got the wrong book. No, I haven't. You're Dalet.
Says the Hagah. V'yesh. Hagah. Im yesh edim la teveya.
Where are we? In Shulchan Aruch?
Shulchan Aruch. Simon Yud Daled. Sif Aleph. Hagah. In our print, page Samach Daled. Samach Daled in the Shiras Devera edition. Imish Edim Oraya. He's got witnesses. He's got a raya. He's got a contract. He's got something. The nearer the basin should be Irai Shiesh Mamish, but I know of. He's got a good claim. So what does the Ramah say? When can you force a guy to go to Yerushalayim? To go to the basin of Gadol? That's if you've got Edim, you've got a raya. Then you can go to your local basin and say, look, here are my witnesses. Here's my raya. I don't want to do the case here because he's not going to respect your judgment. He's not going to accept your opinion. Let's go to Beis Nagadol. Then you could take him. But if he doesn't have Edim or raya,
It's not about them not being trustworthy. It's about him not taking them seriously.
well, maybe whatever the reason is. I don't want you to paskin. It's too complicated for you guys. I know you.
Wow.
I want to go to Beis Nagadol. It's too much complicated. I've got Edim. I've got rayas. I want to go to Beis Nagadol. Then you can send him. But if not, if he doesn't have Edim or raya, then you can't make this guy slip out to, okay, I've got a case against you. Let's go. I'm forcing you now to come all the way to Yerushalayim. What case do you have? Only if you've got Edim or raya or based with a local based in, make you go to Beis Nagadol of Yerushalayim, right? If I say to you, this is a big chiddush, says the Ramah, whether you're the Tevei or the Nitva, both of you can say, let's go to Beis Nagadol.
But you have to have riots. Who said it's in contradiction
Yeah.
first?
Okay.
Either one can have the riots.
Wait, what
happened to Be'en Chiluk Bein?
Ein geluk ben Tevei and Nitva. Both of them can demand to go to Beis Nagadol.
Right.
They could both make someone else go. Both of them can say, Tevei and Nitva can say, I want to go to Beis Nagadol.
Unless he already works there.
Tor b'Shem Rach.
But 1 second.
L'chayri is saying there's enough community work there, no work there. We could both force you to go.
1 second. You jumped because before you said he was forced to go to Bezdin. And this is a normal case
Yeah.
when it's not false. It's an even him and him. So each one can say, I want and I don't want. If he's forced to go to Bezdin, then...
They could both force you to go to Beis
no,
Nagadol.
if he didn't want to go to Chat Killer to the Bezdin. You said that was the first case.
No, that's a different case.
Right. So it's a normal case where I owe, you owe, he owes.
We could both, Tayan and Nitva could both force to go to Beis Nagadol. There's no such thing as go local. We can both say let's take it international. We can both say take it to the big boys.
Either say.
We can either say
Before
either or either.
Both.
tomato, tomato, potato, potato.
Okay, so they could both say-
One second. Before the psak. Before they even
Yeah,
start.
yeah, before the whole din, before the whole din Torah. B'chol zeh medina. That's me'ikra din. Avo kva nagu is manazeh. What's the meaning nowadays? Shekol zeh sheyesh based in be'ir. Ein echad yochel lochav chaver sheyelechim ole based in acher. The meaning nowadays, minig poshet, is if there's a local based in Beit Shemesh there's a based in, I can't drag you to Bnei Brak. Adkan. Marik sherish chafalef. Ki why? Ki ein lano achshav based in gadol. We don't have a based in gadol or base avad. Base avad is like a based in gadol. Same idea. V'lachein lo
What about the
yuchel.
badat?
Huh?
What about the badat?
That's not called it's not called a base in gadol. It's not like the official base in gadol. So they accepted upon themselves to be the base in gadol, but they're not.
But you could go after the psak to ask their opinion. Then, if they feel it's legitimate, then they could come back to the best and say, by the way, they could, nothing to do with you.
What?
If you're based and decides to live,
We're talking about where you didn't go to
with
you
them.
didn't go to local basin at all. I said I don't want to go to the local basin.
right.
I know these guys. They're not holding. I want to go to basin gadol. Then you can both of them can force to go to basin gadol. Meaning nowadays is you can't. Meaning nowadays is there is no basin gadol. All of the Yonim are basically the same, give or take. They've all opened the Shulchan Aruch. They all know what it says inside. So go wherever you want, right?
You know the classic story of the. There was a
Hold on, let's finish this Ramah. It's a long Ramah. Let's finish it. Hold on. V'lechein, lo yochel et chaysai, you can't push the guy off. I can't say, I'm not going to come locally. I only want to go to Beis Nagadol. Neither of them can push it off. The Tayin in it, no one can say, I'm only going to Yerushalayim. They have to go local. Avad yochel et chaysai, shelo lo dinimoy ad yom shlishi. You can't push him off till Yom Shlishi, till Tuesday. What? What's going on here?
Because they only sat on
You can push him off till Tuesday. Umiyad yivar dayanim, and you can pick dayan straight away. What's this?
I think that means that you push them off past Monday, so you have a little spare time to figure out
to
what
work
you're
out
trying
your
to do.
case. Yeah, something like that.
Because you got Monday,
There was a
Thursday for
detail,
the based in.
And the
Take a look at the Behetiv. Wait, hold on. This is tricky. Take a look at Behetiv. Sim letter Vav Shlishi. It's the third line in our Behetiv. And Davka b'nais and ksasa masla l'tchiosa. He's got to give a bit of a reason why he needs to wait till Tuesday. Avakshu Tomid Be'er, if he's in town, he's there. Menad knows of Yom Rishon. You put him in Nidli straight away on the first day. It doesn't mean Sunday, it means the first day of the Tvir, right?
it means the third day of the Tefillah.
Yeah. In other words, normally the guy can say, come straight away to the entire right now. You can say, I can't come today because I've got to speak to my Rav. I can't come today because I've got a job in Chutz La'ir. So you can't make him come right now. You can't tell a guy, oh, he's making a wedding today, come to Basin. Oh, Nido, you didn't come. He said, listen, I've got a wedding today, I can't come. I'll come on Tuesday.
Well, that was the first simon. You got him once, twice.
yeah.
But we said, the first Simon said, but that's if he's not in town.
he's not
If
in
he's
town.
in town every day, then he has the same dinner as Isha, and you get him straight away.
There wasn't in Torah, and the Rav lost the case. He said, why did I lose the case? As I stated in Shach, I am the Shach. He didn't know his own halacha, because when he came to Din Torah, it's like...
Famous case, yeah, famous story. Says the Ramah.
Where?
Miyad Yevaru.
Umad Yivaru Dayanim.
I can't find
They
it.
picked, we're in the third
where
line
we were.
in the Ramah, page Samach Daled. Third line in the Ramah.
Oh, right. We're up there, and I wonder...
Umiyad Yivaru Dayanim picks Dayanim straight away for the third day. In other words, when do you pick the Dayanim? On the first day, you pick Dayanim for the third day. You don't wait till the third day and then say, okay, let's pick Dayanim. Which basis should we go to? On Sunday, you decide which basis you're going to go to, and then you go there on Tuesday. Because you might end up on Tuesday not being able to find that, and then you push it off till Thursday. This guy's going to have to wait a whole week to get his salary, right? He could push off 3 days, but on the third day, I call takin. Okay, avalach sanai. If you're a guest, right, in town, you're not a local boy. You're renting an Airbnb. Shetaveh lebnei ha'ir, a guy who's a visitor, a tourist. That's the word I was looking for. A tourist is teveh someone local. Or two tourists. That they got to go straight away. They can't wait till the third day. The guy's a tourist, straight away.
Maybe you're
Boom.
not here.
They are here. The guy's here on the first day. He has
No,
to come
maybe
to
they won't be
the
here on the third day.
Who's Yad, forgot the term, the guy who has it? The tourist can demand it, or the Al-Hir can demand it?
Well, he's talking about a case of Achsanash Tevele B'Neir. The guest is being Teveya, someone from the city, right? So the guy from the city can't say, let's wait till Tuesday. He wants to go. He wants out of here. No, he's a guest. He wants to come to Dintera.
What's the phrase?
Let's come right now.
Yad el Yaina.
Yada Yada Yoina. He has the upper hand.
Right. Then I didn't remember the phrase.
Yada Yada Yoina. I was talking to the guy that writes Art Scroll Gemara, translates, and he's like, how do you, where did this phrase come from? Yada Yoina. You see, it's not something used in Goyish terminology. Yada Yoina. I say, yeah, the upper hand. Like, oh, right. And then they started translating Yada Yoina. What does it mean, Yada Yoina? He's got the upper hand. Where do you ever hear it? Straight from the Gemara, straight from Shas.
What's he translating?
Art Scroll Gemaras.
Which one?
All of them. Aval,
V'chein ben ha'ir.
yeah. V'chen, bein ha'ir she'teveh l'achsanai. If someone from the city is being teveh, the tourist, b'kol mokum shimtze'enu, wherever he finds him, v'yesham basin, and there's a basin. Oh, you're in the shuk. Let's go to basin. Machri chay sham then. You can force him to go to din right then and there. Because sheyesh basin be'iron. That's if there's a basin in the town. אבל אם אין basin sham, כל אחד יוכל להכריח חבר שילך עמי לבייסין עוד אין עמי. If there isn't a basin here, I can force you to come to basin in the next town over. Let's go to basin in the next town. This is all Mordechai.
This doesn't make sense. Where's he coming from? The visitor.
The visitor's here from America. He's in Beit Shemesh. There's
from
no base.
America.
There's no basin here. I can drag you to
No,
the
I'm
basin in the
saying
town
if
next
he lives
door.
in the next town, I can
No.
understand. We go to your town, he goes to bedroom there. Is he
Right.
from America?
Atavei tzorch le-
From England.
This is one of the longest. This is one of the longest Ramahs. So we'll try and do it b'neshima achas here. Hatavei tzorch le'elech achad nitva. The teveya has to follow the nitva imu ba'ir acheres.
If there's no bedroom.
So again, I'm being tevei you $100, right? And you live in Yerushalayim. I have to follow you. Hatavei tzorch le'elech achad nitva imu imu ba'ir acheres. I have to go to your town. Even if I live in Yerushalayim and I've got a big basin here, I have to go to Beit Shemesh and to be Teveh you. You're the Nitva, right?
You have to come to Philadelphia?
Where? What's your...
Oh, so now, l'cher or not, Vafilu hayolenit v'mois bepegodin. This is the case. The Nitva has money. I'm in Yerushalayim. I want to be the Teveh Benji, right? He owes me $100. But Benji's in Beit Shemesh. Benji can say, I'm not coming to Yerushalayim, come to Beit Shemesh, right? What if Benji's I've got his Pikodin in Yerushalayim. I lent him money. I'm only going to his wallet, his gold watch in Yerushalayim.
Rolex made
right?
in Hong Kong.
So, I feel like even if his wallet is in Pikodin in Yerushalayim, by Biracheres, Ela im Kain, Yochel Akiv Moisav Be'irai, unless I can hold your money, if Pikodin is nothing, but if I've got your cash, let's say I'm being Tevei you something else, I'm Tevei you for Lashon Hara, I'm Tevei you a seat in the base medrash, but I've got, my base then can do what's it called? A kul. They put your money on hold, so we're not going to give you the money back until you take care of this Indian, right?
It's like escrow.
Yeah, exactly, like escrow. If I've got your money in escrow, then you've got to come to my town. So, okay?
Didn't we say that the loiva is like the slave to the malva, so he has to go?
Yeah.
So it's not a contradiction.
That was a Shulchan Aruch. This is the Ramah. So it's definitely not a contradiction.
So the Ramah's disagreeing with the.
But 1 second, you said yesterday that if I live here and he lives there, and we go to the Besdin here, there's more chance I'll have a better case here, because the Dayanim here know who I am. As we said yesterday, they can understand what I'm talking about.
No, they know who you are. You don't have a good chance here.
In Yerushalayim, they don't know who I am. Right, listen. I said that to your brother. I told him that. You said, I know. He said,
Okay, let's finish this Ramah. Hold on. Let's try and finish it all the way till the end.
Wow.
Okay. So, As Elim can yochel lakev bo'isav be right. If the guy in Yerushalayim, I can hold your money in Yerushalayim. Tzarach le'dial in I've got to tell Benji that I've got your money in Yerushalayim. V'al tzarach ladin b'mokesh shemayis Hashem. So you want your money back? Come to Yerushalayim. Come get it, buddy. Come to Yerushalayim, you'll get your money back. If not, I'm not going to be Chemish deal based in. There he's got a whole simon where you can take a guy's money in escrow. When can you grab? Why? The father has a dintai with his son. So does the son have to go to the father? The son has to go to the father. He has to go to follow his father. I guess kibbutz aim. That's the chiyuv. But it's not us to take your father to Beis Din. If there's a dintar, you've got financial machlokes. It's not like you have to just fight out and be burgers. Go to
Your
dintar.
parent insults you, and you're not allowed to do anything back. But if they tear you, you can comment. You can take them to the
Yeah.
right?
Take it to Beis Din. Not advisable, but
What the question is, what's
Maybe
the
it's better than not talking for the rest of your life. So
Yeah.
might be a good
what's the
idea.
din Torah about?
what difference?
Big difference. If it's about money, he owes you $50, you owe $50, you mochel. But if it's about proper money, and we're talking about a proper case, I can understand father son. It's not forget about father son. It's a business transaction. It's a normal problem nowadays.
Yeah.
When both of them in business, and in business there's always
Big money. Okay. Commercial bar. Where is this? Simon Reish Mem. Now, next case. This is what we spoke about here. Osher Muchzak.
You didn't finish yet.
That what did we not finish?
More than Osher.
No, she's finishing it all.
Asher Mukzak.
Yeah. Osher Muchzak Ve'ileim. A guy who's rich, strong,
Darker.
chazak. He's been to the gym.
Lashon alim.
Alim. Someone's violent. Someone's
Not dumb.
right. Be'ira in his town. Metzina shlodim biracheres. Alpha Pisha Basin should be Ira Yosef Gadol.
Yeah, that makes
I could
sense.
force a guy to go to a different town, even though he's
A big shot.
there's a big shop.
Not even though, because he's a big shot.
Okay, take a look in the Sma, letter Tezvav, page Samach Daled, 2/3 of the way down, letter Tezvav. Sma says, "Eleim ken yochol la'akav ma'isov." If you can hold his money up, right, then you can force him to come to you. So Pirish, Eleim ken adin noisein. What are you talking about here? That the din is that before I go to Basin Bichlal, I'm allowed to grab your money. Some cases I could take your money as a picadon, as a what's the word?
Guarantee.
As a guarantee. I know you're a dodgy guy. I decide I'm going to grab your wallet, just in case you are what's it called? Just in case you do a runner, right? So then I can force you to come to my basin. Where does this happen? If I know if I don't grab your money, and it for your fazrein, you're in Meshuggah, you're going to spend it all on buying fancy stuff. You're not going to have money to pay me back. So if
What's that word?
your fazrein, you'll be
Fazrein.
spread it out.
Yeah.
You're not going to have money to pay me back. So I grab the money, you should have what to pay me. Or if you're a tourist, you're going to run away, I'm not going to be able to get you to Mishpat. The guy is not showing the Torah mitzvahs. You take his money.
So what does he write down?
He doesn't write down anything. He grabs his money and he goes to Basin.
Is it address again as the other fellow? He has to write, I've now got your money. Until you come to Besdin, I'm going to use it. And if you come, we will...
You know why there's spare space at the bottom of the page?
No, but
You can write your own page on the Shulchan Aruch.
you tell me.
Why? He doesn't have to say it. The Shulchan Aruch doesn't say that. I took your
He's
money.
got
Could
my...
he could call it Kfiris Inayim.
I took your money and I said, you want the money back? Come to my Basin. It's that simple. It's
Yeah, but
very simple.
You're spending it. What right have you got to spend it?
I'm not spending your money. I'm holding on to it.
Yeah, but you're going to spend it.
You're going to spend it. I took it from you because you're going to spend it, not the other way around.
You don't spend it.
I'm not going to spend. I can't spend it.
Oh, that's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, no, I can't spend it. I've got to wait till you come to Basin.
You have to give it to Besdin, probably.
No, it doesn't say that. I'm holding on to your money.
So you put it somewhere safe and it's written on it.
You want it, yeah. You take an envelope,
Gamble
you
from
want it.
Benji.
Yeah.
But
Well-
they were trying to say,
It might be a good idea to give it to your lawyer. I don't know.
lawyers, I don't trust lawyers.
Okay. So it says the Sma, keep
You just
going.
can't move him.
מפרש ולפלוי, אוי לא יכול להביא אל המשפחה איזה ולא אלו, כמו שכזה בסמן עין גימל, ולאחר שיקלם שם בדין, אם יצא נית ולקח במויס צריך להירד עם הילדין שם במקום שנסק לו. If you want the money back, go to the basin of in Yerushalayim. Shumas Hadeshen.
But Ikleim is like the Bezin did it. That's the Lashon.
No, why you can lost basin? He took it. He was makalet.
And it says Bedin also.
He did it because I'm allowed to be makalet. It means I can't just grab your wallet and say come to basin. If you're a regular upstanding member of the community, there's no reason why you should run. You got plenty of funds. We're not worried you're going to spend all the money. Why are you grabbing my money? But if the guy's lost $10, you don't want him to spend it. So you know what's it called? Says okay. Says the Shulchan Aruch Simon Beis.
Well, where are you going to find that? Oh, yes, okay.
Simin base.
Yudal Simon Beis. Sif Beis. Simon Beis.
In Rishon.
Im Echad Talmid Chacham. One is Talmid Chacham.
Okay.
V'yedeh lich devar. So if he knows how to write, there's tainas, v'shechnek be'amaretz, the other guy's in amaretz. Ein Talmid Chacham lichtav ba'atzmai, k'shishachem Beis Lishol me Beis Agadol. So Basin now wants to send the tainas to Basin Agadol, right? So the Basin can't say to them, you write down your tainas, we'll send it in. If one's a Talmid Chacham, he can't write down the tainas and leave the other guy to struggle with it, right? Why? Ela dayanim yatikoi, so the dayanim themselves have to write down the tainas. What's pshat?
It's obvious, no?
What's obvious that what?
I'm sorry.
It's not obvious because they only write down one side.
Again,
That's right, that's obvious.
he can't write down.
The next words I don't know.
Ein Talmid Chacham lichtav ba'atzmai.
Yeah.
He can't write down his claim because Shacham Basin Lishol Basin Agadol. When this basin sends to the big basin,
Shalchan.
Sholchim, when they send,
God, I got a space between the lamed and the ches. I thought it was
yeah,
words.
no, when they send to the Basin Agadol, the Talmid Chacham can't write down his rayas and leave the Amoritz to write down his rayas. It will write for him. And the Dayanim Yatikoi, so the Dayanim write down both. V'shneim Peirin Schar Sefer, they both have to pay for the Sefer. So what do you think the reason for this is? What's it so poshut?
And you keep saying, because he knows what he's saying.
Yeah.
And he will elaborate properly. And the other fellow, no, what's he going to write?
So what?
He
Yeah,
owes
okay.
you money. I mean, it's not exactly, he's not got a lot to say.
So what?
But the Dayanim have to include what the Amorit says.
Yeah.
They'll write down for the Amoritz. He can't write. He can't read or write. They'll write down. But do they let that Talmid Chacham write his own tainas?
Why not?
No, we don't. The Talmid Basin has to do it. That's what I'm asking. Why not? Why should they start writing down for this Talmid Chacham?
Because the whole idea of a Bezdin writing down for another Bezdin goes against the fundamental halacha you mentioned. That you're not a paskin mix up.
Right, but they're just asking for an opinion. They're not asking for a psak. They're asking for a halachic opinion. So why can't they get this Talmid Chacham to write down? He's got a 25-page tainas. Let him write it down. It's going to be matriach. The basin to start writing down everything this guy
It's
said.
one-sided.
No, it's not one-sided. He'll write down his side, and then basin will write down for the Amaris.
That's not what it says here. It says that you can't.
They can't let Talmid Chacham write down for himself. Why not? They've got to write down everything the Baal Talmid Chacham wants us to
It
do.
doesn't say in conjunction with the Amoritz verbally saying it and Bezin it. Could be that it's okay.
No, it's not. He says the Talmid Chacham can never write down his what's it called?
They both-
The Talmid Chacham can't write down his claims.
They both come to the Bezdin, and the Talmid Chacham says to the Bezdin X, Y, Z, and they write down X, Y, Z. And the Amos write down X, Y, Z.
No, that's okay. They understand.
Yeah.
The Talmid Chacham never gets to write down his own case.
That goes to
Beis Nagadol. Let's see why not. There'll be Negeh B'Dover. Let's see what it says. Take a look in the Sma. Seif Beis letter Chof. Ein et Talmid Chacham lichta ba'atzmai.
Nice.
In Sma letter Beis
Yud ches.
Chof.
Chav.
Back, it's in Samachay, right?
On Samachay, yeah, one Samachay in this print. Ein et Talmid Chacham lichta ba'atzmai. Sham
Shimatam.
Sif base Berachov. Siamatam b'sham maram. What's the reason? Shalaya Meira, the Rav, Shesholchim Elov, that they sending to him. Nechsha Shanei Sapana Tam Chacham, Adkan and Shainai. We shouldn't be chayshed that the reason why this Rav Paskind that one way is because he saw from the guy's writing he's a Tam Chacham. So this Rav they're asking, do he sees one guy's a Tam Chacham, one guy's a Maretz, it'll sway his opinion. So neither
The Bezdin Agadol's been.
Beis Nagadol, they'll be swayed. Doesn't have to be Beis Nagadol. They're sending they're asking a shayla to some local to Rav Elyashiv, right? If he sees the one of the Talmud Chacham, we don't want to be chayshed him. You can't even be chayshed that you know why he passing like this guy because he saw in his writing. He's a beautiful Talmud Chacham. He saw his handwriting. He saw the lashenis and the rayas, and and we're like, wow, this guy's a Talmud Chacham. Given the psak, right? But if he's at tzarch leimer. The Sefer Eini Maske by Shem Achacham V'Lo Shem Kishekeneg Doi. Big Chiddush. Says the Sma, when you're writing down to the Rav, you can't even write the names.
John Doe, Jane.
Yeah. Anonymous, keep it anonymous. Not this Rav said this and that Rav said that, or this Balabas said this and this. You can't do that. It's got to be
Anonymous.
anonymous. It's got. The question is why you don't need double blind. It's got to be a blind study. It doesn't have to be double blind. The shliach can know, well, Basin knows, but the guy that's receiving it doesn't need to have like.
Automatically he.
It jumps to the second half of the same page. It's on the second half of the column. Even if you don't write down the name, he'll see the handwriting, he'll see the style, he'll say, this guy's Talmud Chacham. You're going to say, Vein lahakshais. Ale nikem etaynes v'rayis she'elu and taynes she'rayis Talmud Chacham. She'herach l'zeh kotza. The dyer will see the tainas and say, wow, this guy's short, just from the tainas he sees a Talmud Chacham. And the other guy's an Amoritz.
They don't know who wrote it.
Ein Raya. There's what?
They don't know who wrote it.
Oh, that's the answer.
Ein Raya. The Dilma Murshad, the Amoritz, a basing cost came by the Amoritz. That doesn't mean the guy's Talmud Chacham. Maybe the Amoritz came and said, he owes me money. And Basin wrote down the whole shtickle Torah, all these rayas. The Basin wrote down the shtickle Torah. The Amoritz didn't come in with all the svaras. Sometimes it's Talmud Chacham Mekatze. It doesn't mean the guy's Mekatze, the guy's Marach. That doesn't mean you're Talmud Chacham. But if they see the writing, they'll know this guy's Talmud Chacham. Okay. Inami Kozman She'eina Meira Yedea Eize Chacham Tayen Leizbach Shad. There's no chshad that the base is just going to be nice to Talmud Chacham. The chshad is if they know who the Talmud Chacham is, then they'll be masipon and then they'll help him out.
It's a fundamental question I never got the answer to. Can the Amoritz say, I don't know, too complicated, I don't know how to time it. This is my basic facts. Could you please make the best time for me? In other words, instead of hiring a time, right? Can he legitimately ask Bezdin, you time it for me?
Yeah, why not? But they're not going to do a Kimli for him.
Why
Your
not?
favorite subject.
Yeah, why not?
Because-
That's exactly the point.
Because they're not his him. They're not going to time it for
Is
him.
the best in right?
They got to pass it. Basically, passing is like the Shulchan Aruch. He could do a Kimli like I hold like the Goin, right? But they don't pass him like that. They're passing one way.
No, 1 second.
Can he tell a dime, please be my time? You're saying, can he tell a dime, be my time? No.
No.
He's got a time now.
No,
You say him, Tanile, you say him. Yosem comes in, will do a Kimli for him. We don't do a Kimli for a Gadol.
What's Kimli?
Kimli, when the guy says, I hold like this Shita, even if we don't pass him like that, I hold like the Shita, so you can't be mighty money for me. Even though Shulchan Aruch will say, let's say, you have to pay $100, you lose, Shulchan Aruch says you lose, you can say, I hold like the guy that says, I win, I'm not paying.
So we got
Kimli from words, I stand
okay.
by this side.
we got cross wires. When he goes to the Bezdin, he said, Chaim Yankel owes me money. So Bezdin want to know how much money, who is he, the story, and all they're writing down is the story, nothing else. There's nothing there which they are improving on his case. They're purely.
You mean in the letter that they write to the Rav?
Yeah, they're only.
No, so let's say they don't know the din, the halacha in a certain shaila, right? What's the din in this case? So this Talmud Chacham writes, I hold like the guy that we are passing like this and this, I'm a mukhtar, and the other guy will write down, I hold on Potter, right? They'll be like, we see who the Talmud Chacham is, we see who the Amoritz is, the guy doesn't know the Taina. So they'll pass like Talmud Chacham. That's what we're worried.
So therefore,
We're not really worried. We're worried that it'll be chayshid. It'll be chayshid. You know why they passing like him? Because they saw the Talmud Chacham.
Right. So what is a Bedouin allowed to write for him?
They write the same thing for both. They've got to be objective and write the
Then
same
what
thing
do
for
they
both.
write?
We'll see in a minute. That's the next simon. We'll see. We're coming up to it. It says if base. We saw. Hold on. Gimel. Yeshayim. There's two local Talmid Chacham. Echad Gadol, Mechaveroi, but one of them is bigger. The Chayyim one's always bigger, no? Elamite means he's really big. Like everyone knows, this guy's he's 50 years older. He's been doing this a long time. He's experienced. He knows what he's talking about. One's really bigger. Echad Gadol, Mechaveroi. Yochal Echad Mebale Dinim Leima Lo Yada B'fnei Zeh Ela B'fnei Zeh. There's two local rabbis. There's my local rabbi who's a young guy, he just started, he's just got smicha, and the other guy is a Rav who's been there for 50 years, everyone knows he's world renowned. One's bigger than the other one. I say, let's go to the big Rav. I can say, no, I want to go to the small Rav.
You
You can't force me to go to the big guy.
You know what it says in the back of the smicha for Reb Moshe? Any shilas, please phone. Same thing here. No, you're slightly exaggerating.
You can't take the guy to. You
The
can
big
say
guy?
I want to go to the smaller Rav instead of the bigger Rav, but you can say I want to go to the base that in Yerushalayim.
Yeah, so we
instead
saw
of here.
we saw the Ramah says that nowadays you can't force him to go to the base and go. You got to keep it local. But now there's two local rabbanim.
Is
Well,
it a Beis Din or just to a single guy?
Well, he's talking about a single guy
Okay, so that's a difference
between the
Jazz,
basin and
yeah.
could be. But even
One guy
the
says I want to go to the.
chayra means a basin. The chayra means you're taking it to basin. Right? You're taking it to Talmud Chacham. Means a basin of his Talmud Chacham. I can't force you to go to any Talmud Chacham. I can't force you to go to Rav. I can force you to go to basin.
What's his taina? He doesn't need a taina.
The taina. I'll tell you what, the sma's taina is what you're talking about. Take a look at the sma. Gimel. Ois Chaf Aleph. Tzorech Ian. What are you talking about? Lama loy hevi moram das ator. Shechaylik alzeh. The Torah argues and says, "V'nu mekayes ebek zebeir v'gam rashba tzvelei kavase k'mo shekasavti bedrisha l'shaynam v'tamim in mukam agmara kasu sham." Of course, I can force you to go to the bigger Rav. So it's a machlaikas. L'chayra, the Shulchan Aruch says, I can go to the smaller Rav. Sma argues and says, Das Ator, Rashba, Numka Yesivas, take you to the big Rav. Okay. Says yeah.
What does he say about the big Rav and the small? He can't say anything. He doesn't say I like it better than him. Or
No reason.
Oh, I'm saying it. One says a reason, and who is he to have a reason?
Yeah. Says the Rama, Haga. There's two Ravs in town. One of them says, I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved. Too complicated for me. I know the people. I'm a Gebedova. I don't like this type of case. I don't know this type of case. One of them says, I'm not getting involved. Commander says, like it doesn't exist. Now there's only one Rav in town. Commander says, Domi. And if the second Rav now is Muslim, this guy to din, v'loy ba, say, he puts him in nidui. If I can't force you to come to din in front of me, then I don't have to care about his azmana, and I don't have to come.
What's this last point here?
If you can't force me to come to down in front of you, let's say there's two rabbanim, you can't force me to come to you, there's another based in, right? So I don't have to come. I'll go wherever I want. There's two bati dinim in town. And one basin sends you a letter saying,
Come.
Rabbi Yankel, you have to come to basin on Sunday. No, I don't. There's a different basin. I'm not coming. I have to be choishish.
Sure. He has to go to the other Bezdin.
Yeah, he has to go to.
Take a look in the Sivas. Take a look in the Sivas HaMishpat, Gimel, Eis, Gimel. Bottom of the page, Samavav in Shira's Dvayer edition.
And see what's a mishpat.
Vav Pishukotel Memenu. This is very again nowadays. Pirish. Beina Malva, Beina Loiva, Yuchayim La'akev, Achi Spashu Yachad al Besin Nachod. They could both say, Chabibi,
Yeah.
they could both say, I'm not coming to the Torah unless they agree on the dying. You want to come here? No, I want to go there. You want to go here? I want to go there. They could both say, I'm not coming.
You got to go to Bezdin to figure out which Bezdin to go to.
V'havik ein zabla. It's like a zabla. They can pick a base then. V'im shnei abatidinim einu moitzim, v'im shnei abaldova einu moitzim l'sheves yachad. If they don't want to sit together and agree which basin to go to, as I nitva koicha gadol. Then this is what's again nowadays the most thing. Anitva koicha gadol. Since the nitva, since the defendant can always say, I want to go to this base then, so you can never force him where to go. You can always say, I don't want to go there, I want to go there. So either they get together and try and agree which basin to go to, but if they can't get their heads together about it, so guess who wins? The nitva. He says, listen, and that's basically what ends up happening nowadays, is the nitva gets to decide like where to go. Yeah.
It kind of makes sense.
Why does it make sense?
You're trying to get money from me. You got to go to my Bezdin.
I don't know. You could do the other way
That's why
also.
in secular law,
Eidam Tavel Kan Yeshlai.
all secular contracts have, and subject to the laws of the state of, you know.
Decide where you have to go.
It's kind of a little bit like the Zablo. He's more likely to listen if he picks the basin, and they tell him. he's gonna-
Right, that's true
It's
also,
not
right.
okay.
That's true. If I pick the basin, so I'll pay if I lose.
Well, isn't that the conditions of trade at the beginning, no?
If you put in the contract that we're going to go to this and that basin,
No. You undertake to accept the psak,
of the basin.
yeah, and pay or
What
not
about
pay.
if you have an initial contract when you start business with a guy saying any machlok is going to be passed in such and such basin? Would that mean
Is that typhus?
Right.
That's what you're asking? Chayr, typhus, why is it not
Well,
typhus?
if they agree, they agree. They're like
Now what happens? What can the guy do? Say, I don't want, we put in a contract that we're going to go to the basin, Eidach Haredis, right? That's what the contract says, right? Then,
5 years later, we have machlok.
and then we have machlekes, and I say, I'm not going to a basin Badatz. I want to go to Rav Yankel. He said, we were at Badatz, so you're going to have to take him to Rav Yankel. And then Rav Yankel's basin say, listen, the contract says we're going to the Badatz. Then they'll make him go to Badatz. Actually, no case. If a guy wrote in this contract, we're going to go to the basin of Rav Weiss.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah.
Now there's two Bati Dinim, the two biggest Bati Dinim of a guy called Rav Weiss running it. One is Rav Moshe Weiss, and one is the Badatz Eidach Haredis is Rav Tuvia Weiss.
Oh,
So there's a machlekes which Rav Weiss they want to go to.
wow.
In writing didn't help. Huh?
Even the writing, basin, I got the Rav Weiss. It's like he wanted to take him to
One of them.
one of those. No, the other
Oh,
one.
that's good. That.
So you're with the Nitva. The Nitva wins. Whoever the Nitva says.
What if there's a difference between the Batei Din and one passes like the Shulchan Aruch or like
Too
the
bad.
law?
Too bad.
If
You got to go with the Nitva. The Nitva gets to choose.
If you go to Brisk with a Shiloh, a woman's Shiloh, the Brisk is saying, they're more makel down the road. I heard it from them. We're very machmir.
Yeah. Yesh Yud Daled. We'll take a sneak preview. Yesh Aimrim. Sif Daled.
Good.
She'im roya adayin shebad in choishdai, shenoita adin kenegdai. The dayan sees. The dayan sees that the guy he's going to pass in against is choished da'am a crook, right? Happens all the time, by the way. Shenoita adin kenegdai tzorch leidiyah me'ezeh tam donu afilu im lo ishal. Even if the guy didn't ask, why did you pass against me? If he sees, the Dayan sees in Ruach Kodshai, he sees in his genius human nature, you understand the guy sitting there fuming, right? He's normally cursing out. He sees that the guy's like, why he passing? He's got to explain to him why he passing. It's not just say, Chayev, leave me alone. He's got to explain to him, even if he doesn't ask. We'll see what the chiddush is even if he doesn't ask. Even if he doesn't ask, he's got to explain to him why he lost the case. So the guy shouldn't walk around afterwards saying, wow, this basin is such a bunch of mushkosim, which is what ends up happening a lot. A lot of Bate don't do a proper job in this, unfortunately. I know this from previous experiences.
It's not standard that the person has to write?
No,
Well, come to think of it.
But it
definitely
should be.
not. Definitely not. Sometimes cases are so complicated, they will take them weeks, hours, and they're busy people, they've got lives, they've got koilos to run, they've got other jobs on the side, and they're running a basin with 10 dinner Torah a day, and they've got to spend now hours trying to explain in writing. And if they get it wrong, the guys take straight to the basin of Gadol, goes to Rabbanot, has it upturned, they look like idiots, they get slapped over the wrist, right? They ruin their name. So they've got to take more care in writing this in their reasoning than anything else. They can also be penalized financially if they botch it up. So could be. So it's a risky business. So definitely, if he asks, even if he doesn't ask, you got to explain to the guy. If he says, "Kisvili meizer tam don tuni," he's the kol shekain says a Ramah. Now you'll see what's the kol shekain. Like, of course, if he asks, you might think if he says, "Why the paskin," then you don't have to write. Why not? If he keeps his mouth shut, says the Bechaba, you got to explain to him. Kol shekain, if the guy says, "Please give me in writing what the reason is," you got to write it down. That's only true if we forced you to come to us to the Beis Din. This is what happens a lot nowadays. If you weren't forced to come here, you decide to come to this Beis Din, then I don't have to write down the reasons. That's why Bate Din nowadays don't write down, because it's a major tercha, and we didn't force you to come here. You decided to come here, so Beis Din's not going to write down. It's a massive job. Sometimes you'll come to Beis Din and you'll say, "I'm only going to accept your psak then if you write down the nimuk."
The one case, Baruch Hashem, I stayed from husband, but I was helping somebody. He didn't like the psak, so they sat down and explained it. They didn't write it, but one
They explained.
sat down and explained why they passed it that way.
That's what you got to do. That's what Shulchan Aruch says you got to do.
And it turned out
We just stopped
helpful.
Yeah, Adkan.
in the middle of the remark.
This
Middle of
week's
Ramah.
RBS, there's an advert. Toen Rabani. Please phone.
If you're looking for